bottoms down, chair yoga for everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you've joined us today. Today is day 15 of our 28-day chair yoga journey together. We're going to start seated and then we'll move into some standing poses, including chair pose. Now, if you like this experience, please click the subscribe button. It's free and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment. Let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Maybe you move forward a little bit. Definitely don't be leaning back. Let's take a moment now to focus on that mind and body and breath. We're going to ground our feet to the earth, thinking about having both feet on the floor equally weighted. And the same thing with our sits bones, right? So we have those sits bones equally weighted on the chair. Let's take our hands, place them lightly on the thighs, flip those palms up to the ceiling. Lift your heart, lower your shoulders, close your eyes or soften the eyes, and just breathe. So we take a few moments here at the beginning of our practice to connect to that breath. Feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. Let's begin to elongate the breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Do that again. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to move that breath down into our diaphragm. As we inhale, the belly extends. We're filling those lungs from the bottom up. And as we exhale, actively pull the belly button in towards the spine, pushing the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a couple more times. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Very good. Okay, we're going to look to the right. Just a little neck stretch here. And then we're going to look center. And we're going to look to the left. And look center. Now we're going to do that again. So we're going to look back to the right and then just take that gaze a little further over those shoulders. Not the head, just the gaze, just the eyes, right? And look center, and let's go the other side. So again, get your head as far around as feels comfortable for you, and then just take your gaze a little further over that shoulder. And release that. Let's bring our hands down by our side and shrug those shoulders up into the ears. And then we're just going to let them fall. So there's a little bit of gravity helping us there. Here we go. Shrug up and down. Let's do that one more time. Shrug it up and just let them fall. That feels good. All right. So now I'm going to do just a little neck stretch here. So we're going to let that ear fall towards the shoulder. So just feel your natural range of motion here for that neck stretch. Now we're going to reach up with that hand and you're just going to lay it lightly on the head. Don't pull or tug. Then take the opposite arm, extend it out, flexing through the wrist, pushing through the heel of the hand. That feels good. One more breath here. Let's bring the hand down. Take the hand off of the head and then bring that head up. Take a moment. Right? Okay, we're going to the other side. So we're going to let that left ear fall down towards that left shoulder. So just hang out here for a few breaths, feeling that natural stretch, your range of motion here. Now we're going to lift up with that hand and we're just going to lay it lightly on the head. So again, don't pull or tug. It's just the weight of the hand that's going to give that head just a little more stretch. And then the final piece is adding that extended arm. So it's out to the side, Flex through the wrist. Push through the heel of the hand and feel that stretch. Oh boy. All right, let's bring that hand down. Take the hand off of the head. Lift that head up. Do you want to do another shoulder shrug? I do. And let's release it. One more time. Shrug it up. And release. So we're going to do an extended mountain variation. We're going to extend our arms out to the side, okay? So it's kind of like we call these warrior two arms. So remember, shoulders are down. A little activeness in those arms. So squeeze the muscles against the bones. So acting like you're going to hold me up if I tried to pull your arms down, right? You feel that? Okay, now we're going to flip those palms up to the ceiling. Little different stretch. Shoulders stay down, belly is tight. Flip them back down towards the floor. Take the arms up to the ceiling. Now we're going to take my right arm to the chair and I'm going to extend my left arm up. Now I'm going to lean over my mountain. Now take your hand and flip it up towards the ceiling. Turn and look up. Now let's lean that mountain again. Hand is on the chair for support. Take that left arm up. And let's do that one more time. Arm up, we go. And release. Okay, we're going to do that whole series again for the other side. Here we go. Extended mountain variation. We're going to extend our arms wide like warrior two arms. Remember, they're active. I'm pulling my muscles in against the bones. I'm activating the upper body here. Shoulders are down, belly is tight. Flip the palms up towards the ceiling. We got it. Back down towards the floor. Arms up to the ceiling. Now we're going to do the other side. Here we go. Hand down to the chair, extend that opposite arm, and let's lean. So this feeling, you should have a stretch from the hip tip to the armpit, and the armpit all the way out that hand. So it's two very distinct feeling stretches. Do you feel that? All right, now we're going to take this hand and we're going to take it up to the ceiling. Turn and look up. All right, let's do that again. Lean. Hand to the ceiling, turn and look up. We're going to do that one more time. Lean. You've got your opposite hand on that chair to give you some support so you can lean a little deeper into it. Turn and look up. Bring that hand down and release. Very good. So the next pose is body circle. So I'm going to have my hands on my thighs to give me some support, and I'm going to lean forward. All right, so you might feel a little stretch in the back here. All right, now let's go to the side. And now we're going to come back. So as you come back, don't rest on the back of the chair. Make your abdominals do some work here. And then we're going to come over to the side. And we're going to come forward. And we're going to do that again, just like that. To the side. Back. Side. And forward. And now we're going to reverse our circle. Okay, so now we're going to go the other way. Don't skimp on this back part, right? Make your abdominals work. To the side. There's the obliques working. And center. Let's do that again. Oh yeah, I feel it. Do you? Okay, now let's come up and we're going to just do that one more time in each direction. We're going to add a little breath in there. And remember, if at any time you don't want to add the yoga breath, then you're just going to breathe normally. Just don't hold your breath, okay? Here we go. Inhale as we come forward. Exhale to the side. Inhale back. Exhale to the side. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Reverse it. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Just take your time here. Feeling all of those muscles working, right? Feeling everything in the side waist muscles. Now those abdominals are working and adding that breath in and release. All right. Excellent work. So the next pose, the next series, we've done the sun salutation now quite a bit. So what we're adding today is chair pose. Now, in our chair pose, we're going to start pretty simply by acting like we're going to get up out of the chair, but not. Then we'll get all the way up out of the chair. So just take your time. We're going to build. And remember, you don't ever have to add on, right? So you can keep doing the same version. You don't have to add the additional piece on. And I'll cue those add-ons. And you can always do the previous version. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, but I just brought my feet back just a little bit. So here's the thing. If you've got your feet way back out here and you have your hands at heart, and you try to get up out of the chair, right? It's very, very difficult, if even possible. So what I want you to think about is bringing your feet back. Now, you always want the knees behind the toes, right? So you want to be able to see those toes. But now you can press. So what you want to be able to do is press down as you lift, okay? So let's go ahead and get those feet in the right position. We'll bring our hands to heart. Now we're going to inhale as we come up to our mountain pose, and then we're going to bring our hands back to heart on an exhale. Inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, we're going to dive forward, forward salute, airplane arms. We've done this one, we know it well. Inhale, we're going to bring hands to the thighs and let that heart fall forward. Tuck the chin, roll it up. We're going to do that one more time. Bring hands to heart. Ready? Big circle, up we go. Bring your hands to heart. Back up to mountain pose. Dive forward, forward salute, airplane arms. Let's stretch that out. And let's do that supported forward fold. Tuck that chin, roll it up, and bring your hands to your heart. We're going to add in as chair pose, but we're not going to get up out of the chair. We're going to act like we are, but we're not going to. Ready? Here we go. Big circle, up we go. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Let's come back up. Dive it forward, forward salute, airplane arms. We're going to stretch. Let's come to that forward fold. All right, are we ready? Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, act like you're getting out of the chair, but don't. So my quadriceps are very engaged. My abdominals are very engaged. My shoulders are down out of my ears. My hands are at heart. One more breath, release. Let's do that again. Big circle up. Mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Let's come back to mountain pose. Come into that forward salute, airplane arms. We've got this. Forward fold. Let's let that heart fall forward. Are we ready for that chair pose again? Hands to heart. Inhale to prepare. Act like you're going to get out of the chair, but don't. Take one more breath and release. Okay, how does that feel? All right. So we're going to do that again, and this time we're actually going to get up out of the chair. Let's all give that a try before we do the whole series. So bring your hands to heart. Pull your belly in. Now, an option here is to have your hands on your thighs, right? So you can inhale to prepare. Exhale, you can push up with your hands on thighs and then bring your hands to heart. That's a great option, okay? Or go ahead and sit back down. You can have hands at heart. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come up into your chair pose. And let's come back down to seated. Okay, so I'm going to let you pick which version of that you like to do. I'll do one each way. We're going to go through this 2 more times before we add more on. You're like, oh my gosh. All right, are we ready? Big circle, up we go to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Let's come back to mountain pose, and we're going to dive forward. Forward salute, airplane arms, stretch. Hands on those thighs for that supported forward fold. Okay, are we ready? Now, inhale to prepare. Place those hands on those thighs. Come into your chair pose. Bring your hands to heart. Okay, so a couple of things now. What I want you to be thinking about is your knees are behind your toes, and I want you to be able to lift those toes up off the floor and wiggle them, okay? So the weight is back. You see what's happening here? My weight is shooting back. I'm not bringing my knees forward, right? I'm bringing my hips back. Belly is tight. The work is happening in those quadriceps. Did y'all see that? Okay, let's take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to sit back down. Did you feel that? Quadriceps, right? I know. Let's do it again. Big circle, up we go. Let's bring those hands to heart. We're going to come back up into our mountain pose, and we're going to dive forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch it out. Let's come to that forward fold. Let that heart fall forward. Inhale to prepare. Bring your hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Come into your chair pose. One more breath here. Come to standing. Reverse swan dive. Up we go. Bring your hands to heart. Back up we go. Dive it forward. High. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch it out. Ready for that forward fold. Hands on thighs. Bend your knees. Hands back to heart. There we are in our chair pose again. Right? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, sit back down. Let's do that one more time, just like that. Up we go. Bring your hands to heart. We're going to come back up to mountain pose and we're going to dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Let's go into that forward fold. Are we ready? Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, press up into your chair pose. Hello. Feeling it? I am. One more breath, stand up. Reverse swan dive. All the way to mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart. Come back up to mountain pose. Dive it forward. Forward salute, airplane arms. Stretch. Forward fold. Hands to heart. Bend those knees into that chair pose. That was my knee that just cracked. I don't know if you heard that. I did. One more breath. Have a seat. And release. How did you do? Did you feel pretty good on that one? I know it's challenging, right? Adding that chair pose is challenging. Okay, we're going to come to standing. I'm going to do it beside my chair. I don't know. I think beside the chair is going to be better. If you feel like you're a little more stable behind the chair, that's always an option. But I'm going to do mine beside the chair. So this is going to be eagle legs to warrior 3 pose. Now, I'm going to hold my chair here, and I'm going to put my weight into the leg that's next to the chair, okay? Now, the other leg, I'm going to create a tabletop. So my knee is lifted, my foot is flexed. I'm going to refer to this as an eagle leg just to help us with what we're doing here with this series. So I'm going to refer to this as eagle leg. So when I say come to eagle leg, it's basically lifting the knee up into tabletop. Does that make sense? Okay, so now let's try this one before we let go of the chair, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to take this foot that's in the air and I want to push it through back behind you to warrior 3. Now notice, let's bring one hand to heart. So we're going to come to prayer hands here in a minute, but let's hold the chair to begin with. So what I want you to think about is I'm not down here, right? My heart is lifted and I'm making my glute and my hamstring do the work here. There's a lot of work happening in that leg. And then we're going to bring that knee back up. Okay? Let's do that one more time, just like that, holding onto that chair. Push that foot through. Hanging out here. Come back up and put that foot down. Okay, so let's take a moment here. We're going to do that same series without holding onto the chair. So a little bit of balance work. But the good thing is you've got the chair here, right? So maybe you let go and you hold it and you let go and you hold it. So that's a way for you to begin to build into that balance practice. Okay, so here we go. Let's bring that knee up. We've got that foot flexed. Our belly is tight. So one of the key things for balance is abdominals. Keeping the belly tight, lifting up through those pelvic floor muscles. Are we ready? We're going to let go of the chair and we're going to bring hands to heart. Hello. Just hanging out here, we're breathing. Hanging out and breathing. Okay, are we ready? We're going to push that leg through to that warrior 3. Now that's a dynamic balance move. Anytime we move in balance, it's very challenging, right? It's easier sometimes, I think, to just stay put. They're just different. One's static and one's dynamic. Let's bring that knee back up. And we're going to put that foot down mindfully. So let's move to the other side of the chair while I chat for a second. So anytime we get out of a pose, we want to make sure if we're getting out of a balance pose that it's on purpose, with intention, right? So if you fall out of it and don't get back into it on purpose, then you haven't really made any progress in that balance series, okay, and that ability to hold those balance poses. So we want to make sure that we get out of it mindfully. Okay, so let's come back up. We're going to bring that knee up, calling this that eagle leg. Let's go ahead and push it through before we let go of the chair. If you want to bring one hand to heart, because that's where it's going to be when we release the chair. Let's bring that knee up. So a little bit of dynamic movement. So here we're static, and then we push through into that dynamic. So it's very challenging to move. All right, are we ready? Bring that knee up, or let's let go of that chair if we feel like it's okay. Hands to heart, belly tight, right? Okay, are we ready? We're going to inhale if you want to add that breath. Exhale as we push that leg through. Then we're going to come up, and then we're going to push that foot through. And we're going to do that one more time. Up we go. And we're going to push that foot through. Then we're going to bring the knee up, and we're going to put the foot down mindfully. Okay, very good. So let's come back to the other side. We're just going to add one more thing to this. And so we've had our hands at heart and we've moved our leg. Now we're going to move our arms. I know it's challenging, but let's get into it, okay? So let's bring that knee up. I'm holding my chair. Belly is tight. Okay, are we ready? We're going to let go of that chair. Now we're going to push that foot through into that warrior three, and then we're going to bring those arms by our side, airplane arms. Hello, right? One more breath here. Come back up and put that foot down. Let's do that one more time. Are we ready? Knee comes up, hands to heart, push the foot through, bring those arms by your side, airplane arms, for 3 and 2 and 1. Bring that knee up and put that foot down. Let's do the other side. Good balance work here. Okay, are we ready? Bring that knee up. Bring your hands to heart. Belly tight. Are we ready? Push that foot through. Let's bring that knee up. Let's do that again. Push the foot through to that warrior three. Okay, we're going to add on. Bring the knee up. Now we're going to add those eagle arms or airplane arms. Here we go. Push it through. Add the airplane arms. Heart is lifted. Bring the knee up. And let's do that again. Push through into those eagle airplane arms. Why do I keep saying eagle? Airplane arms. Up we go. One more time. Here we go. Press it through. Airplane arms. Heart is lifted. 3, 2, 1. Up we go. And release. Very good. Okay, come to the other side of your chair. We're going to do a sun salutation B, which is adding in our chair pose. All right, so hands to heart. We're going to reverse swan dive all the way up, and we're going to bring our hands to heart. Remember, that's the exhale if you want to add the breath. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, forward, salute, airplane arms, stretch. Let's put our hands on our thighs for a supported forward fold. Now, bend your knees, push your hips back, bring your hands to heart into chair pose. All right, remember, hips are back, right? Knees are behind toes. I can wiggle my toes. My heart is lifted. Often I'll see in my classes, my in-person classes, people will be here. I really want you to lift up. It makes you work your abdominals and your quads more when you lift that heart up. Do you feel that? All right, are we ready? We're going to stand, come up to mountain pose, dive forward. Ha! Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, supported forward fold. Ha! And then we're going to bend those knees and come into that chair pose. Now this time, we're going to forward fold. Now if it feels okay, instead of holding your thighs, you're going to go ahead and forward fold, hands towards the floor. Now we're going to reverse swan dive. Bring your arms out and around. Palms are facing up as we lift up into mountain pose. If that's too much on your back, you're just going to roll up. It's okay. Bring your hands to heart. You don't have to do that. Arms extended out. You can just roll up slowly. Back up we go to mountain pose, belly button to spine, and we're going to dive forward again. Swan dive. Let's place our hands on our thighs and do a halfway lift, extending through the spine, nice and long. And now we're going to do that forward fold, all the way down if that feels okay. Now bend your knees, hands to heart, chair pose. How's that feel? Belly tight. One more breath. Let's go ahead and forward fold one more time. I know. And let's reverse swan dive up. So my arms are out to the side, palms face up towards the ceiling. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Excellent work. Okay, let's come to seated. All right. Let's take our right leg extended out long, toes to the ceiling. We're going to lengthen through our spine and let our heart fall forward. So there's pyramid pose. That should feel pretty good. We worked those hamstrings a bit, didn't we? And tuck that chin and roll it up. And let's do that again. Nice long spine. Let that heart fall forward. And we're going to tuck the chin and roll it up. And let's just go to the other side. Opposite leg extends, toes to the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, holding on to those thighs. Let that heart fall forward. Tuck that chin and roll it up. And we're going to do that one more time. Nice long spine. Heart falls forward. Back is flat. I'm looking out, not down. One more breath and up we go. Very, very good work. Okay, let's sit back in our chair, moving into Shavasana pose. Hands are resting lightly on the thighs. Palms are flipped up towards the ceiling. I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm going to take a deep breath in. And a full breath out.
This is when, whatever else you have or do not have, you have now. You have the experience of this moment. Perhaps it is painful, or maybe it is comfortable. Most likely it's somewhere in between. Yet no matter the nature of this moment, of this experience, it has value. Now, and only now, is your chance to live that value. Step away from any thoughts or feelings that push you out of the moment. See right now for the opportunity it is, for the depth of life it contains. This is when you can understand. This is when you can experience. This is when you can act. This is when you can live. The past is gone. The future is a mere concept. And all that is, everything you are, is right now. Be fully in the best way you can imagine.
Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with the left hand. Give the head a gentle tug, pressing that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today, my fellow bottoms downies. We've made it to the end of day 15. Don't you agree the hardest part is just getting to your chair? Once we're here, isn't it just wonderful? Please keep showing up. Click that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you tomorrow.